And share screen. Okay, maklaro akong slides, no?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Again, good morning. Welcome to our Science 8 review or consultation. This is part of your preparation for this upcoming third preliminary examination. So, the objective of this review is to discuss to you a quick recap lang or quick review about what we have done these past few weeks. Okay. In week 1, you have done taking these topics. First is we have the earthquake. Earthquakes, epicenter, focus, active versus inactive fault, and intensity versus magnitude. And we have the second topic still under week 1. We have seismic waves, and it is divided into two. We have P wave and S wave. On the following week, we have discussed about typhoon and why is Philippines prone to typhoon, Philippines. Okay. And on week 3, we have comets, meteors, and asteroids. Sa week 4, di ba, namo inyong SIP. I don't think if tanan na nakahuman because as what I have observed, no, medyo tasky and challenging karon nga stage kay especially for those students who have chosen major problem instead of kanong minor lang like climate change or pollution. So yeah, kamo na bahala ang saon niyo, no? So let's start. Okay, let's have epicenter versus focus first. It's a basic lang difference between them. When we say focus, where the earthquake begins. Okay, there are times kasi, especially for in my experience, no, in taking LET or the licensure examination for teachers, the term, no, we tend to remember a particular term, but in the question, dili siya mugawas. Okay? It will not appear. Instead, katong other term niya. For example, kaning focus. What if the term focus will not appear in the question? What is the other term for focus?
Hypocenter.
Yes, very good. The hypocenter. Okay? Remember the other term of each term kay syempre basin daig, no? The next one is we have the epicenter. The point on the ground directly above the focus, no? Just above the focus on the ground. That's the difference between focus. Again, focus, we have where the earthquake begins, the origin of earthquake. And just above it, we have the epicenter. Then we also have here the fault, a weak point in the tectonic plate where pressure within the crust is released. Okay, fault, as what I have said, these are large or small breaks on the road. Okay, just because we see crack, it doesn't mean an earthquake happened here. Okay, for example, you see cracks, big or small, on the road. You should not tell to yourself na okay, a particular earthquake nahitabo dere. Okay? Fault can be pwede siya dalaw og earthquake, pwede pod wala. That's why seismologists have sorted fault into two groups. We have the active fault and inactive fault. Active fault, it means can be defined as a fault that will possibly be the cause of another earthquake in the near future. We can really say in this type of fault that there still earthquake that will happen again in this particular fault in this particular area in the near future. Okay. In comparison, we have the inactive fault. It doesn't show any signs of generated earthquakes within the last 10,000 years. Okay? We can't say nga wala naging earthquake nga mahitabo aning inactive fault. I will give emphasis on this phrase. But possibly still generate earthquakes in the near future. Okay? 10,000 years man god, it's a vast amount of time nga walay earthquake nga nag-occur aning a particular area. That's why seismologists said na it's really impossible na napay earthquake nga mag-generate dire, but in my slide as you can see, no, but possibly posible ba siya nga na naay mag-generate ng earthquakes dire nga fault or dire nga area. Okay, let's proceed to intensity versus magnitude. Magnitude, it means it is the energy released by an earthquake at the focus. Not at the epicenter, but at the focus. So how do we calculate magnitude? It is calculated from earthquakes recorded by an instrument called seismograph. Okay. On the other hand, we have the intensity. It is the strength of an earthquake perceived and felt by people in a certain locality. When we read these words, no, in a question like felt by people, felt by others, automatically the answer is intensity, because people reactions here in intensity is considered. Okay, so how do we measure intensity? So we measure intensity through Mercalli scale, and you can find it in your book on pages 154 and 155. Okay, isa-isa dadto, no? Intensity 1, intensity 2, intensity 2, unto intensity 12 man nata to. I forgot, no? Okay. That's the difference between magnitude and intensity. Once you read nga sa question like felt by people or felt by others, automatically, again, it is intensity. Okay. Next one is we have the seismic waves. Okay. Seismic waves are the waves of energy caused by the sudden breaking of rock within the earth or an explosion. When we talk mga earthquake, diba, automatically we think like it causes a massive damage to humanity. It may cause building to collapse. It causes landslide, diba? That is why earthquake is sometimes, or let's say always, linked to death and destruction. But there is one question arises in me, no? Pangutanan nato sa inyo ni. Does earthquake have at least one positive side? Na ba siya at least one contribution, no, in science? Na ba? What do you think? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Can you give me, a short reason lang anong nasa positive contribution sa science?
Para mahibala ang sunod sa Earth.
Yun. Very good. Okay. No one sees entirely the interior of the Earth. There is no one single seismologist no nga nakakita gyud sa core, inner and outer, mantle, no walay, no single seismologist. That is why because of earthquake provides or earthquake releases waves, right? Once it occurs or it happens, it releases waves, and these waves we call it seismic waves, and it is divided into two. We have the P wave and S wave. So next is, let's discuss it one by one. Okay. Murag nalapas. Okay. First is we have the P wave. The fastest kind of seismic wave and consequently the first to arrive at a seismic station. This one, I want to give emphasis, no? Kaning asa lang siya pwede mag-travel. Okay? P-wave can move through solid rock and fluids. Okay? Remember that? P-wave can move through solid rock and fluids or liquid. Okay. In comparison, we have the S wave. The second wave you feel in an earthquake. An S wave is slower. Mas sinay siya or mas kuan siya. Kaning mas, how do you call that one? Kaning mas langan siya than a P wave and can only move through solid rock. Okay? Dili siya mag-move through any liquid medium. Again, P wave, mag-move siya. It can move through solid and liquid medium. In comparison, we have S wave, can only move through solid rock, not through any liquid medium. Okay? Let's have this one. Kanisa. These are the different movements of seismic waves. First, kaning linear lang, we have the P wave. Okay? Nana yung movement. And the second one, we have the S wave. It's like, you know, a body of snake or pa-S siya. P wave means primary, S means secondary. Muna siya ang meaning ana. Okay, let's proceed. Kani, the interior of the earth. I know that even in elementary, it has been introduced to you, the layers of the earth. Okay, just a quick recap lang para mas masabda, no? Our earthquake is composed of 4 layers, basically 4 layers. We have the core, and it is divided into 2. We have inner and outer core. Next up, we have the mantle, and the surface where we are standing right now is we have the crust, okay, the oceanic crust or continental crust. Okay, and beside here we have the guide, no? Katong as what I have said, kung asa lang pwede mag-travel ning waves. P wave can travel to solid and liquid medium, while S wave sa solid lang siya. Okay. Let's start with the inner core. Inner core is composed of solid material. So what type of wave ang pwede makatravel ya? Is it P wave or S wave?
P wave and S wave.
Yes, both. Very good. So P wave and S wave can both travel in this particular area or particular layer of the earth. Okay? Unang inner core. How about the outer core, which is composed of liquid medium?
Only P wave. P wave.
P wave. Okay, very good. So P wave lang ang pwede makatravel sa in liquid medium or liquid medium. The next one is we have the mantle. Mantle is composed of solid. Okay, solid. So makatravel ang P wave and S wave. How about the crust?
P wave and S wave.
Yes, very good. Since crust is composed of solid and liquid material, this P wave and S wave can travel in crust or on crust. Okay. Okay, wait lang ha. Okay, wait lang. Okay, na-record eh. Sige. Next one we have typhoon week 2. Wait lang guys. Bili na kong SIM. Okay. Okay, makita ba yung slide?
Kita, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Nice. So, let's proceed to week 2. Okay, mahuman ang time, no? Sa Zoom. Okay, let's proceed to week 2. We have typhoon, and why is Philippines prone to typhoon? So, we have here, putol-putol. Wait lang ha. Okay, basig. Sige. Let's proceed to week 2, the typhoon. Okay. A typhoon forms when winds blow into areas of the ocean where the water is warm. Okay? Ang kinahanglan na temperature sa water for a cyclone or for a typhoon to form is 26 or above 26.5 degrees Celsius. Okay? These winds collect moisture and rise. So why mag-rise ang warm air? Remember convection where warm air rises and cold air sinks. Diba? So while colder air moves in below. Because of this process or movement, the rising and sinking, this creates pressure, which causes the winds to move very quickly. Okay? The winds rotate or spin toward or around a center called an eye. The more warm air and moisture there is, the more intense the winds. Okay? Then this now creates a typhoon. I just want to give emphasis on this, no? Kaning unsang kinahanglan nga temperature for a typhoon to occur is above 26.5 degrees Celsius. Okay? Because I have noticed na daghag na, nakakommit og mistake diri banda. So that is for week 2. And let us now proceed to week 3, the comets, meteors, and asteroids. Okay? So, I will not discuss it furthermore, no? Because if I'm going to discuss it one by one, it will take time. What you are going to do is just take a screenshot or picture of it, then you can study it after the review or session. Okay? Screenshot lang mo. Dili man kayo sa technical, guys. Dali kayo sabton. Yeah. Screenshot lang or picture. Okay na?
Okay na, sir.
Okay, thank you. The differences between meteoroid or among meteoroid, meteors, and meteorites. First is we have meteoroid. These are small bodies in space made of rocks and metal. Once naapa ang kaning small bodies in space, once naapa siya sa space, we call it meteoroid. Okay? Once this thing approaches the Earth, padulong na siya sa Earth, nagatravel na siya to Earth, we call it meteor. That is why, the falling star or meteor shower, diba? There's a great movement, there's a movement approaching the Earth. It is when meteoroid is approaching the Earth. Their great speeds cause much friction with air and then they burn up. Okay. Sometimes, naay mag-survive ng meteor. Okay, dili siya totally mag-burn when it approaches the Earth. And these mga nakasurvive na meteor, and once they hit the ground, we call it meteorites. Okay? There are some meteors that survive and hit the ground, and they are called meteorites. Okay? So again, meteoroid, once naapa siya sa space, and once it approaches the Earth, once na may movement padulong sa Earth, we call it meteor. And once it hits the ground, Once it falls the ground, we call it meteorites. So as you can see here in the GIF, no, it shows the different characteristic or different attributes of meteoroid, meteor, meteorites. Okay. Are there any question with regards to week 3?
Sir, excuse me.
Si kisa to?
Nicole po, sir.
Si Deliantes. Ate.
Sir, pareho raman og size ang meteoroid, meteor ug meteorite, sir, no?
It depends. 'Di ba?
Magkagamay.
Magkagamay siya, yes. Sa meteoroid, napo siya sa space. Okay? Once it approaches the Earth, magkagamay man na siya kay it naga-burn man gud siya. Okay? Ginatry siya og sunog ba once it approaches the Earth. As you can see here in the GIF, it has a great size pa. Napo siya size, di ba? Nagagamay siya because our Earth, what we call this atmosphere, it burns up.
Opo.
Yeah. Okay.
Opo, sir. Thank you po.
Sige, ate. Another one, apa ba? Okay, sa week 4 ninyo, we've recently discussed lang man, no, the SIP. But I have included one question, just one question lang kay dapat dili man siya i-appeal gid sa exam, no. But
sir, sa January pa to ipasa, sir, no?
Yes, ate, kay medyo it really takes time, and there are students na naghandagahan po mga yung extension because they've
okay, sir.
Yes, they've encountered.
Thank you, sir.
Sige, welcome. Okay, I want you to study sa week 4 kaning SIP. I want to study about the scientific method. It can be scientific method as a whole, or pwede manggawas ang parts of scientific method. Okay? Just study lang. I can't tell you any further information about it. It's self-discovery, lang. Okay? Now by question or wala na? Kay English na yung sunod. Sige na, i-chat dere.
Wala na, sir.
Okay. Sige, salamat kayo. And I will end it.
Thank you, sir.
Sige, salamat.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat. Good luck sa inyong exam.
Opo, sir. Thank you, sir.
Where's the end here?